all I would say to you is, until we make money, that's the only thing that fans ought to believe in. Do you know, I get lots of money. I'm the type of individual that I like money. I would be protecting my money. We'll do whatever is right for the money. That's one area that if you don't get money, it can have dire consequences. Good financial position in that sense. And our duty is to protect the money. All I would say is we will.
Bring your friends, it's fun to lose and play pretend. It's overboard and self-assured. No, I know the dirty word.
Hey, where's the freaking gabagoo? You motherfucker. You motherfucker, huh? Don't make me get the...
Hey, how is everybody doing? How are we? This, some would say, not fantastic international break. For me, so bored. I was hoping Greece would, secure a little bit of World Cup. They lost today against Pierre-Emil Højbjerg's Denmark with Rasmus Højlund scoring, so that wasn't fun at all. But, look, what is this YouTube update? Members only live stream? No, we're not members only. This is boring, man. This is boring. Like, the big news of the day is this bullshit. Update from our CEO, Vinai Venkatesham. We've got an update. Obviously, I haven't been live since Levy left, so I wanted to open the show with a little bit of Levy love, that we're going to protect the money. I want to protect my money, and the goal is to make more money. Do love a little bit of that, but R.I.P. Daniel Levy. He's not dead, but he's no longer at Tottenham Hotspur. He did step down, which isn't a great step down, I would say, because he's not very tall. I would assume the step down was at least, just like a step stool size of a step down. That's kind of a bad joke, but look, we're here, we're live. Going to listen to whatever this guy's got to say. It's 8 minutes and 57 seconds, which is just 3 seconds under the threshold of how long I can watch a Tommy Tutchin's interview, so we'll see if we can get through that. But big up to everyone. Hopefully you're doing well throughout this international break. Again, it's so boring. I'm looking through YouTube. Channels that normally get 1,000 to 2,000 live viewers are now sitting around 400, 500. So I would assume, based on my simple maths, that the numbers probably won't be that great for this stream, but that's okay. I'm not here for the numbers. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for myself because I enjoy it, and I've got my final shirt on. So, just a reminder that we are European winners there in Bilbao. Let the United folks remember. If you don't already know it, Big Bertha's back there. Well, shit, now you do know. But let's get into it, shall we? Won't be on for too long today. We'll probably end in about an hour from now, just because American Waffle will be live, and so I'll just redirect over there. I may have to crash out and crash their little party because they were talking about transfer rankings, and I said, if you don't put us at least second as far as who won the transfer window, then I'm gonna have to crash out. So I might be crashing out on them in a little while. We'll find out. But let's say hello to the chat before we keep on going. We've got Indiana Stones. Big up Indiana Stones. Says, hopefully the sleeping giant that is Spurs will finally awaken. Big up to you, brother. Elijah in the house. Big up Too Much at E. I did watch a little bit of your Red Dead Redemption. You said it was the final episode, so that's sad. The ending of that game is very, very sad. Hyper Protagonist, man, like Jacob. Big up Hyper Protagonist. J Max in the house. Good to see you, Billy boy. How you doing? My fave Spurs YouTuber. Big up Yaku, big up Jordan every single time. Shit, when I see Jordan in the chat here or in any other stream that I'm on showing love, Yeah, that's how I be looking at you, Jordan, with a little bit of smirk, a little bit of smile, and a whole lot of sauce. Would you take a Saudi takeover, and are you willing to give Enoch a chance? Well, Billy, it did come out today. There was an official statement, I believe, released from Tottenham Hotspur. I'm going to the official Twitter page to see if maybe because they said something about it, right? I feel like I woke up and I saw a tweet that was like, Tottenham have released a statement, but I think that might be a lie. But either way, they said that Tottenham's not for sale. But what else they did say is that Radu Dragusin is back in training, so that's good to see. And his leg doesn't look too skinny either. So, hopefully that ACL surgery is doing well and he's coming back from it in no time. Then they also tweeted this lovely update from our CEO, Vinai Vinatesham, setting out the vision for the club moving forward following the recent departure of Daniel Levy. Well, that's from the official Twitter there. But then I've got more bookmarks and stuff. Maybe I'll run through some of these real quick before I actually go and share this tab, which apparently we've lost the audio to, is what StreamYard's telling me. I don't know. Big up Jordan, though, every single time. Chris Peters, evening. Good to see you in the house. The club is not for sale. Screams that the club is for sale. Well, you know what they say, hands off my cookie, unless you're trying to pay me good money for said cookie. Then you might be able to get your hands on that cookie, you know what I mean? No one publicly says, hi, guys, we're for sale. Put your bids in. Hee hee. Yeah, well, they might. I definitely don't see that as the way to go. But, what I'll say it this way. Billy, you said, would I take a Saudi takeover? My opinion is this. Anyone with enough money to afford Tottenham Hotspur, they probably didn't get that money in the best way possible. Every billionaire is a bad billionaire, in my opinion, but we move. Big up Sean Earl. Jacob, life comes at you fast. See Romero back at Spurs already. Romero's back at Spurs. Shoot. I know Xavi Simons was an unused sub yesterday, so that'd be nice. He got to end his thing a little early. Amanda Stavely was supposed to make a statement about this. Amanda Stavely, that's the lady with Newcastle who got fired from Newcastle, right? Something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Slane McRoth. I'm only here for the British accents, the best. Hey, governor, when it comes to British accents, mate, I'm the only one who can do it to the fantastic levels in which I do it. Enoch kids want to get some respect back and build a club. It's interesting, Chris Peters, because I've actually got this tweet here pulled up that you can see, and it says this. I'm moving myself. This layout always gets moved. But this, from Taz in 17 says, so apparently the Lewis family have woken up from a 25-year coma and are all of a sudden really ambitious and want us to win, provide investment. He says, sorry, I don't buy it, and I'll let someone else have a go. I'm going to say it this way. You do 25 years of making a mistake, maybe that's long enough, just as long as you need to realize said mistake. And maybe Enoch is now serious. Do I think that Levy, or not Levy, it's crazy. We're going to have to get adjusted here to know Levy, because I like saying, motherfucker, Levy, you motherfucker. But it is what it is. He's not here anymore. I'm sure I got a whole bunch of tweets about it that I didn't even talk about. Like this one that I just saw, which is Ainge playing the world's highest line versus Chelsea is the domino effect to getting Levy gone. If you didn't know, there it is. That result versus Chelsea 2 years ago is the one. It is the reason, really. And I would also say the Europa match. Sources say there was a group of Premier League clubs as well that didn't want to deal with Daniel Levy, especially on transfers. They were fed up with the nature of exhausting negotiations with Spurs. And I'll be honest, I was fed up with the exhausting negotiations from our side, and that was us doing the negotiating. Anyway, big up Dylan. What's up, my dog? What's cracking, my G? How you doing? How you living? I hope you're too blessed to be stressed. I'm going to say good morning.
Good morning to the cutie pie. Looking very nice. Good morning to the cutie pie. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
That's a good morning to you, Dylan, the cutie boy. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Think she brokered the deal for the takeover, got a payout and left. Oh, for Newcastle. You might be right there, Josh. Still can't believe he's gone. I bet security had to prise his hands off that desk to remove him. I would imagine that this is something he's known was going to happen for a while, but per some sources, they say that he found out the day of. I don't know if that's true, really. Big up, Jacob. If there was anyone worse than Levy, it was Vinai. Smash the like, people, and come on, you Galapagos Islands. Big up the Galapagos Islands every single time. Big up to you, Hugo, member of the channel, even though he is a member of the Arsenal. But he's a member of the channel, so we love him anyway. Stavely has said we're not going to bid, but, well, maybe. Culmination of God knows what accent that was, plus a little... Yeah, let me hear Jason Statham in my head. Oi, I'm a working man. I'm not your regular beekeeper. It's me, Jason Statham. Probably be a little bit worse. A little bit. I like it when I do it. It's all bread and butter. A little bit of butter. I love that. The double T pronunciation of Cockney, maybe? I don't know. You went from English to Welsh to Scottish. That's a true Brit. Hey, I cover all the fucking... I don't segregate my accents. You know what I mean? Shit, we may do Jamaican that ends up in Indian. I don't know. Levy, yeah. Leave me now. Leave me. There's a consortium led by some doctor and his colleague. I'm going to be honest. You say this about a consortium. Enoch wants their sack back. Jordan... Is that true? Did Enoch come out and say they want to get that sack back? Because even before Tottenham, they weren't very successful in regards to the footballing stuff. You could just look at how the last few clubs that they went, that they were in charge of, how those went. But hey, you know, Levy's gone. We can't moan about Levy no more. So what are we going to moan about? What are we going to cry about? I don't know. I guess Enoch will be the one. But there you go. Also, I did want to show this, has nothing to do with anything we were just talking about. Little old Tottenham with the most goals in the history of Europa League. 343 goals scored in 168 games. That's an average of over 2 goals per game. So if you look at the 3 competitions in Europe, we are number 1 as far as Big Bertha is concerned and goals scored. Real Madrid take that UCL, and then Fiorentina with the Conference League. I'm going to unbookmark that, but just so y'all know. Also, so you know, I saw that Timo Werner apparently suggested the best place for Xavi Simons to sign will be Tottenham Hotspur. Simons, whatever you want to, how do we pronounce his fucking name? Xavi Simons? Because I say you can't spell Mons or Simons without Mons. Damn it, I fucked the joke up. But Xavi said, quote, he told me a lot about the size of the club and the fantastic fans, and he said he believed it was the right place for me to learn and improve, which is crazy that, Timo Werner was the guy talking about fantastic fans when I only know of one account on Twitter that was any remotely nice to Timo Werner. However, he only had nice things to say about us, so how about that? Matthias Tell had some quotes here about being excluded from the Champions League, says it is clear that when you're not in the squad, it definitely hurts, but I'm someone who stays pretty positive no matter the situation because I think I have worked a lot on my mental state. So today, it's definitely a disappointment. I would have liked to be there, but the coach's choice is the coach's choice. We can only respect it, and we will work to come back in the best way possible, is what he says there. There's another, I don't know if this was more on the quote, but Fabrizio Romano did tweet about it, said, from Matthias Tell saying that Thomas Frank called him, was very respectful. He simply told me his choice, that I was not in the Champions League list. It definitely hurts, but I'm someone who always stays positive. I'm a Tottenham player, and I will do my best to be able to play. And you know what? I'm going to say that this guy's mentality, as far as being left out, is top notch. You know, when I think about Europe and I think about players that got left out that maybe didn't want to be left out, I'm going to go ahead and say, think about Jed Spence. He was left off our Europa squad last year, and you know what? He helped us win that motherfucking trophy. So if Tell could do the same thing in UCL, that is the aspirations of the club, allegedly. So we're gonna hope that that's the same. We're gonna absolutely hope that that's the same. Jacob, your English twang is getting better. So you think that my accent's pretty good, huh, Jay?
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
Austria.
Austria? Well then, good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Yes, let's do it. Wow, Levy's salary saved into the transfer bucket. Maybe. Well, at least he'll stop giving himself fucking raises, huh? Surprised Sevilla aren't number one in Europa, but that's a cool stat to have. Well, they average about 1 goal a game, even though they're in Europa all the damn time. Simons. All right, Xavi Simons. Can't spell Simons without Moans. I like that. Billy says he still believes in Matthias Tell. Mentality Monster says J Mac. Look, I do think that there's something to be said in regards to like his taking it on the chin, pause, his taking it in stride, if you will. You know, there was a question that I did see on Twitter, and I didn't really think that it would be like a hot topic, and you know, I don't got much traction on Twitter, but the question was, who do you think is a better player and who has the most potential, Matthias Tell or Wilson Odobert? And I simply said this, and I don't know if y'all agree or not, but I said I don't know if this is a hot take, but Tell has shown more in a Spurs shirt so far than the French Pele. And I don't know if that's a real hot take or not, but when you look at just like what in isolation has been done in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt, I can't really name anything of Odebert's that comes to mind. There's at least a couple times where I was like, nice, Tell, that was nice. And then maybe the bar's in hell when you're comparing these two. I don't know, but I'm curious if you are watching live or you're watching this back on playback. Let me know in the comments down below. Who do you think is the better player out of the two? Who has the most potential? Obviously, both in contention there for the left wing spot. And I'm going to even throw Richarlison in there for the left wing spot because Kolo Muani is going to seem to be that number 9. And Richarlison has, you know, at least put some not money where his mouth is, but some fucking gumption where his boots are. Does that make sense? I don't think it does. Can you tell I ain't done a show in what, almost a week now? Something like that? Shit. I'm rustier than a bucket. Love Thomas Frank the way he goes about business, says how it is. I think it's the most respectful way to do things. I've been enjoying Thomas Frank thus far as well. If Tell does well, he could get added for the knockout stage. Exactly, Indiana Stones. And, you know, it's not like a definitive you're out of the team. It's we're not going to use you in the Champions League yet. And again, I think he should just go have dinner with Jed Spence and say, Jed, what did you do when you were left out? And how did you respond? And what did it take to get there? Because you know what? I think that's somewhere to look. That's because the French Pele hasn't had much of a chance to get going. Odobert is coming back from a big injury. It takes a while to get going after that. Okay, fair enough. Odobert brace against AZ round of 16 was so clutch. I forgot about that, but you might be right. Tell was 60 centimeters from giving us a totally undeserved point versus Bournemouth. I think he will make his way into the UCL later stages, says Sean Hurl. So, you know, it seems so far, at least anyway, a little bit of a mixed bag of reactions in regards to who's got the upper hand. But I'll just be honest. I think both have a chance to just grab that position. That seems to be the one spot in the 11 where we're like, I don't really know yet. I can't tell you who I think would be the one. Because also, I don't even know that we know our best midfield 3. I've got this tweet here pulled up. It says, what is Tottenham's best midfield 3? And then it's got a picture of 6 individuals. Obviously, Basuma left off of this illustrious list here. But you've got Paulinho, Archie Gray, Bentancur, Pop Matessar. We've got Lucas Bergvall, and of course, Xavi Simons. You can't spell Simons without Moans. And for me, when you're carving out your 3, I think there's 2 names that I'm not leaving off of my midfield 3. Now, I don't know if this is what Thomas Frank is going to be thinking, but I know what I'm thinking. Jacob's thinking Xavi Simons, and Paulinho are the 2 names that I cannot go away from because I think at least thus far, Xavi Simons, obviously he's our marquee signing this break, and then Paulinho's fantastic bit of business, in my opinion, in the 3 Premier League games. He's been pretty damn good. Maybe not the last one so much, but I don't really think anyone was that good in Bournemouth. And Thomas Frank also did allude to the fact that Paulinho is not even 100% fit yet. So it remains to be seen if that fitness, speaking of fitness, how about fitness digging your mouth? I'm just kidding. That's a shit joke. But that leaves at least one spot for me in my midfield, and I'm going to go ahead and say Racismo, no thanks. Archie Gray, not yet. this is where it comes down to Pop Matessar or Lucas Bergvall. Now, when you look at what Bergvall, at least versus Bournemouth most recently, I thought he came onto the pitch and he absolutely changed things for the better. But then you also look at Pop Matessar; he was our best player in the preseason. So for me, I struggle with, I don't know. I hope Thomas Frank knows better than me, and I would assume that he does, given the amount of years he's been coaching and how, close in proximity he is to the players, etc. But for me, I'm going Paulinho, Xavi Simons, and I'm going to say Pop Matessar based on merit. But shit, I'm going to say he ain't got that thing solidified either. Bergvall's been making strides. Is he ready to be the number one? I don't know. Billy says, yes, Lucas Bergvall should be starting. Jordan says, I'm keeping our same three in the mid, Paul, Benta, and Sarr, and put Xavi at left wing. Okay, Jordan, a little bit of switcheroo there. Not exactly what I expected, because for me, I think we need a fucking creative 10, and I'm so tired of Sarr being our number 10. I just don't think that is his preferred position or ideal position for us to see him in. Looking forward to an all-French front three, Odeberg, Colomwani, and Tell versus Doncaster in the League Cup. Oh, that's interesting. I was like, where's Kudus? Because for me, Kudus is a surefire, has to start. You look at some of the statistics around the league, and he's leading, or he's in the top 5 of them, and I absolutely fucking love it. Josh says, bang, go fucking cry about it, buddy. Is this you to Tell, or is this you to Odeberg? Is this you to me?
Bang! Go fucking cry about it, buddy.
I don't know, but either way, we'll go fucking cry about it, buddy. Marco says, big ups, Jacob. Big up, Marco. Bro, we need to get this fucking El Paso thing up and running, and we will very, very soon. But text me. Let's see if we... I've been so shit lately. I'm not gonna lie. The last week or so, I've just been fucking MIA. I've been chilling. I've been doing a whole lot of family stuff and just relaxing. But I'll be back. Bergvall should be a starter. We were better when he got subbed on. I agree with this, Indiana Stones. I just saw Fabrizio Romano, Nuno Espirito Santos, and what's his name? They just he just left Nottingham Forest. Nuno just left Nottingham Forest. There's Onana. Nuno, he left. Decision made after tension between the parties in the recent weeks. It's over for Nuno at Nottingham Forest, which, salute Nuno. He doesn't like criminals, and his owner was one, and as soon as he found that out, they started being tension. That's kind of crazy. I ain't going to lie. It says 3 candidates, including Ainge Postecoglou, under consideration. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ainge, you better not do it, buddy. Ainge, you better not fucking do it, buddy, because I don't know that I would appreciate him, first of all, working for a criminal, and second of all, what the fuck? Don't do it if you know what's good for you, because I'll be honest, if you go to Nottingham Forest, I want them to get relegated. So maybe he is the guy that we want to get them there to 17th, 18th place like he did with Tottenham. I don't think that will be the case, but people seem to think Ainge is so bad. If that's true, then hopefully he can help Nottingham Forest get relegated. But either way, anyone who manages Nottingham Forest, there's only... Yeah, I'm not going to let that next line play because he says a bad word there. A bad word that I don't want on the motherfucking... This crazy. That's crazy, bro. Nuno, you dog. You dog. As a Bergvall kit owner, Bergvall is the future. So you've got Bergvall in your lineup. That's nice to see. Big up Marco every single time. Romero ruled out by yellow card from the second Argentina game, so my captain comes back to join training today. What about that narrative that Romero's only interested in Argentina? That take is starting to look a little washy, huh?
I can't hit my protein. 52 bomber blood clot pussy wagon chicken nuggets.
Yeah, come on, Romero. Talk to him real nicely. Marinakis, more like Snorlackis. Enter Ainge. Bro, I don't want to see Ainge go to Nottingham Forest. I can't lie. I'd rather him just enjoy those millies and sit back and relax. Ainge could win Europa back-to-back at Forest. Wouldn't that be crazy? He'd probably be the first manager ever to win back-to-back Europas with different clubs. That'd be insane. I kind of wouldn't be upset about it. No, I don't want Ainge in the EPL again. I agree with you there. Indiana, I agree with you. Big up to you. Not sure what this says here. Zapur's not in the chat to help me translate, but I'm going to say this. Hey, how you doing? Hopefully you're too blessed to be stressed. Big up. Welcome into the chat, as always. And, maybe you found the channel from my Sunny watch-alongs. I'm going to say that's what's up. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Share the video. All that fun stuff. All right?
All right, mate.
All right, mate. All right, mate. I hope Ainge doesn't go there. I know he will cook. He will, sadly. Jonathan G. Good morning, my bro. Hope you're all well. Looking up for Spurs. Let's go. Come on, Jonathan. Talking real nice. In regards to the transfer window specifically, I feel like we had the second best window out of any of the clubs in the Premier League. Liverpool being number one, obviously, because they just won the league and then they signed a bunch of players that would all start for everybody else. However, when you look at who's next after that, it's got to be Tottenham. I mean, some people probably try and throw Fartsenal in there, but I'll be honest, Fartsenal ain't doing shit. Victor Gyökeres, a.k.a. Victor Gonorrhea Koresh, I ain't seeing it. Bro look like me out there playing the number 9. Thick, turns real wide and slow. It just reminds me of myself, and that's why they put me in the goal. Because they said, you're too fucking big, Jacob. Get your bitch ass in the goal. And sadly, that's where I stayed. Marinakis ain't on his Britney shit. He's just shit. Yeah, hey. It takes a lot to be on your Britney shit. It takes a lot to be on your Adele. Not everyone could be like us. Ain't that right?
Damn, I'm on my Britney shit. Oops, I hit again. Damn, I'm on my DJ Khaled shit. We the best. Damn, we rolling hella deep. I feel like Adele.
I do feel like Adele because, like Jonathan said, remind him that Levy is gone. It does feel like Ding Dong the Witch is gone. However, it does also feel a little bit like who's going to take his place? Because the guy that they were showing me that's going to take his place, I'm not going to lie. This motherfucker looked creepy, dog. This dude looked creepy. He looks like the criminal in a Dexter episode that he fucking ties up. And he's like, you're not, my dark passenger told me what you've been up to. But Peter Charrington has joined the board as a non-executive chairman, and he just creeps me out. I look at his face, and he's just like, he creepy looking. Like, here, look, look at this. If I saw this dude in a parking lot, I would clench my purse if I was a woman who had a purse. If I seen him at the gym and the elliptical next to me, I'm going to a different workout station. He just seems like a dude who wants to smell sweat. There was a crime going around that's been doing the rounds. This guy in Florida going around butt sniffing butts. And he's been getting charged for it. And they release him. Then he gets caught sniffing more butts. And I'll be honest. What he just looked like that kind of a guy. Anyway, I don't know much about this motherfucker. But I did say I don't know him. But the look of him makes me worried. He's just got that look, man. He's just got that look. I just can't. I don't know. Just really weird. Jero Kid got that SpongeBob torso. Bro's built like a goddamn burrito from Chipotle. All right. And those of you who don't got Chipotle in your country, they make big fat burritos. And if you add all the shit and you ask for extra shit, the burrito, it's hard for them to wrap it up. Hello, Regista Kev, you son of a bitch. You ain't talking nice to me on Twitter. I seen you, you motherfucker. Don't think I forgot, you son of a bitch. Where was it? Yeah, where was it? Because I tweeted this. I said every year that FIFA's disrespecting us is becoming a fucking joke. These are our ratings, which is fucking stupid. I'm not going to lie. Our best rated players in 84 and James Madison, tied with Xavi Simons at 84. They've got Kolo Muani at an 81, Kudus at an 80. Romero at an 82 with fucking passing of a 62 is stupid. They've got Van de Ven, and finally they fixed his pace. However, they have his passing is better than Romero's. I don't think that's true. I don't think that they watch us. Pedro Porro with 78 pace. He is not that slow. He is really not that slow. What other atrocities did I see? Oh, they've got Sarr and Basuma. Sarr's got one more overall, but catch this. They have the same shooting stats. but Sar's just a little bit faster at 68, and he not 66. Jed Spence, he's not fast enough in this game either. Even Brendan Johnson at an 86 pace, that's a fucking atrocity. Odebert was a 75 last year, and all they did was make his card gold. So there's some frauds for that as well. This is abysmal. I'm not gonna lie. FIFA, fuck you. EA Sports, suck a dick. Y'all are some son of a bitches. Because I'll be honest. And then I got Regista Kev talking shit. What are you on about? You finished 17th. You're lucky you're even in the game. Shut your ass up. Shut your motherfucking ass.
If I wanted to blow, I'll fucking blow. You understand me?
You understand me, huh? Then we had to go back and forth a little bit. I said, shut the fuck up. You finished 15th. They slutted us out for purchasable. Yeah, like when we won Europa, they made it like, oh, you could spend $10 and get a Kuti card, hee hee. And then this guy just want to keep talking shit. This guy just want to keep talking shit. Anyway, we move. Where was I? Oh, my reaction to Levy getting announced. We just smoking on that Levy pack. I'm all over the place with these. This ain't even my bookmarks. These are just my tweets. Adama Traore video drop, by the way, in case you didn't see it. Shout out Adama. My favorite Fulham player since Clint Dempsey, deuce. Now tell me this don't look like Antonio Conte just signed with West Ham. Bro, I saw this, I swear to God, I thought that was Antonio Conte. And lastly, fuck you, Ted Lasso, you Judas cunt. You can fuck off. I've already known that this little guy's a fucking little dick muncher. But then the fact that they're wearing this Arsenal bullshit. Fuck you, Ted Lasso. You did a skit with Tottenham and everything, you son of a bitch. So when it comes to Ted Lasso, AFC Richmond, the show, Apple TV, as far as I'm concerned, all of you can go fuck yourself.
Little bit quiet. Fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Everybody. Fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
All of my homies, all of them hate Ted Lasso. All of them say, fuck you, Ted Lasso. I don't even like any of your previous works either, whatever this actor's name is, I forgot. And I'm glad I forgot, because fuck him. Little pussy boy. Big up Jay Kismet, how you doing? Of course, we're just a Kev loves a Judas cunt, of course. Lasso out, Richmond relegated to Vanarama. We will be there. I mean, that's why they can't even beat West Ham in the fucking fictional game, bro. They're losers. Never watched Ted Lasso, def not going to now. Yeah, don't. Look at these pussies. Both of these people are writers on that show. Of course, they're fucking frauds. No wonder in the first season why Tottenham play them in a cup game and then they lose. Of course, they wrote for Tottenham to lose. Fucking stupid, boy. Stupid, boy. Hate this show. I hate this actor now. I hate this actor now. Fuck them all. Anyway, back to the bookmarks. Let me start on bookmarking some. What is this? It says West Ham can't come soon enough? Shit, you telling me. Jao Balinya. Hey, hit him with that hoe. Hit him with that hoe too. Okay, just a little sizzle comp. I don't know why I bookmarked that. I'm postponing getting to this Vinai interview. We already talked about Tell. I saw this and just thought it'd be fun to remind you all. It says define trenches in football terms, and it is a lineup, I believe, for Antonio Conte. So in goal we have Pierluigi Golini, Davinson Sanchez with a 7.5 on the day, Joe Rodon and Japhet Tanganga as a back three. How about that? And then we've got Doherty as a wingback. Love that. Sessegnon as a wingback with a red card. Love that. Oliver Skip, Tongi, and Dombele midfield. Love that. Dele Alli, Brian Hill, and the double tens behind Harry Kane. I love this lineup. Who's with me? Anyone? No. Y'all didn't have fun with the Harry Kane? Dele Alli, Brian Hill, Skip and Ndombele? No? Nobody? No one says yay? Anyone saying yay? What in the Amarin formation is this? You know? Antonio Conte. This club, these players, you can change the manager, but you cannot change the Tottenham, is what he said. But, I mean, I'll be honest, ever since Ange Postecoglou, the Tottenham has been looking like we're changing. But maybe he's not on his... I mean, I just wanted to remind you guys of the times that we had. Yesteryears, if you will. Doherty's single-handedly going to get Wolves relegated all 3 games. He's been the worst player on the pitch. He has been such a piece of shit. And I hated this signing when we did it. I hated it. And to see him struggle where he went back to, not surprised. Get the fuck Tombi and Ndombele was a wage thief. Maybe. You know? That's one of those forever what ifs. What if he wasn't a lazy piece of shit? And I have the hiccups. Indiana Stone says nay. You say nay. I say, because of these hiccups, let's get to the video that we're going to watch. The update from our CEO, guys. Hee hee. Our CEO said, update, hee hee. All right, let's do this.
Vinai, thanks for sitting down with us. I think it's fair to say one of the most significant periods in the recent history of the football club over the last few days. Can you just talk us through where we currently are?
Well, I think it's really fair to say that it was big news last week with the announcement on Thursday that Daniel is leaving the club.
I'm going to be honest, his voice is not at all how I imagined.
But what I would say is that the club is well organised for succession. So we have...
What I will say is the club is very well organised for succession.
Like the show? All right, I need to actually listen to what he says. Because this feels like one of those fucking meetings where it's like I got to actually pay attention and I can't just sit there and like mentally check out.
Us through where we currently are.
Okay.
Well, I think it's really fair to say that it was big news last week with the announcement on Thursday that Daniel is leaving the club. But what I would say is that the club is well organised for succession. So we have a very strong executive team in place. And whilst it might feel like a slightly strange thing to say to the external world, although it's big news, inside the club it really is business as usual. But I really wanted to start today by paying tribute to Daniel. I mean, what he has done at this football club over the last 25 years is...
So real quick, my body language expert PhD is it's itching like a goddamn spidey sense. He's doing a whole lot of head shaking that says no. Now, based on my professional degree, my PhD to be specific, my doctorate in body language, he's shaking his head no while saying things. That automatically leads me to believe you may not be telling me the truth.
Extraordinary. He has played a huge part in the transformation of the club, and there are so many examples. The training centre, the stadium, the media centre that we're just sitting outside now. His contribution is there for all to see, and I think his legacy really is extraordinary. For me personally, obviously I was expecting that I was going to be working with Daniel for many years. It's ended up only being a few months, but he's been a wonderful support and counsel to me during that period, and I feel really settled in. And I think also at a time like this, it's really natural to pause and look back and reflect, but I also know in my job it's really important to look forward. And this is a new era for the club under new leadership, completely backed by our majority shareholder, the Lewis family, so we can feel optimistic.
Wait, did he say completely backed by a new?
And
then said the Lewis family?
It's really important to look forward. And this is a new era for the club under new leadership, completely backed by our majority shareholder, the Lewis family, so we can feel...
Okay, so he's saying the Lewis family is going to completely backed by the Lewis family. So that's indicating that they haven't completely backed us before. So can we say that Ainge was backed? Can we say Jose was backed?
Optimistic and ambitious for the future as well.
Can you just tell me about the foundations that the club have now to build from over the foreseeable future, but the foundations that Daniel has helped to create?
Sure, listen, I think in terms of the foundations, and you've heard me talk a little bit about this before, I think, We've got an extraordinary stadium. We've got an extraordinary training centre. I admit I'm biased because I grew up in London. I think.
Okay, so in a minute and 55 seconds, he's mentioned the stadium twice. He's mentioned the training grounds twice. This is more of this fucking live, laugh, love PR bullshit. I'm getting pissed off. I can't lie. How many goddamn times you go, oh, we've got such a good stadium. Hee hee. We've got the #1 Yelp review. Hee hee. We've got the best training grounds, guys. Hee hee. Get your Vinai Venkatesham, motherfucker.
The best city in the world, and we've got a massive global fan base. We saw in May in Bilbao what that next step is. That next step is competing for and ultimately winning major trophies. We've had a taste of that. It's even better than you imagined. You realise the club is even bigger than you thought it was, and you're hungry for more. And that's what everybody associated with this football club is hungry for. More nights like that.
Yeah, all of us that had a taste of Bilbao very much got the taste for it now and want so much more. Can you tell me a little bit about what the family have said to you at the moment? What's been their messaging to you?
Well, first and foremost, I know the Lewis family really well. I think it's important for our supporters to know that they're very, very passionate about Tottenham Hotspur and are ambitious for the club. And when I talk about their ambition, what they're really focused on is ensuring that everything that we do across the complete breadth of the club really centres back and is focused on giving our men's team and our women's team the best chance to be successful on the pitch over the long term. So that's their laser focus, all around being successful on the pitch. They know, of course, that we operate in a very competitive environment and that there are a number of other teams that have the exact same ambitions we have to compete to win the biggest trophies in the game. So we know it's not easy, and we know that there's hard work ahead, but that absolutely is the focus. They're also focused on stability. They know there's been lots of change at the club, and now it's time for some calm and for some stability. And finally, they believe and trust in the people that we have working in the organisation. So their model is all about empowering the people we have on the ground to deliver against the ambition they have, and of course the ambition that we all share.
So let's talk about the family. Who's been involved from the family so far?
Well, there's been a big focus on the club from the next generation of the family, and to talk you through the key people. So the first is Viv Lewis, who is a very regular attendee at Tottenham Hotspur games. And
so that's kind of the rumor that we've heard for a while, though, is that Joe Lewis's daughter is a big Tottenham Hotspur fan and that she wants to invest big. And that's the first thing he led with in regards to what's changed in regards to this little family of ours. Hee hee, this little hee hee family. Live, laugh, love, hee hee. So that's cool. All right.
Also frequently joins us on pre-season tour. So she was with us this summer for the whole of our tour to Hong Kong and South Korea. And going forward around the club.
Yeah, who doesn't love a fucking trip to Hong Kong and Korea, man? That sounds fucking cool.
You'll be seeing a bit more of her brother, Charlie, and also her son-in-law, Nick. And the thing that ties...
Charlie? Oh, Charlie. Charlie bit my finger. Oh, no, governor. Charlie bit me. Hee hee.
I love it when British people say Charlie.
Around the club, you'll be seeing a bit more of her brother, Charlie, and also her son-in-law.
Charlie? You'll be sitting a bit more of her brother, Charlie. My name's Vinai.
Nick. And the thing that ties them all together is their passion for Tottenham Hotspur and their ambition for the club.
Tottenham Hotspur.
So let's talk about Peter Charrington and his role as well.
Sure, well, Peter...
Yeah, let's figure out who the fuck Peter Charrington is.
Well, Peter Charrington, oh my gosh, he's a lovely little governor.
Is not new to the board. He joined our board in March. He is a great guy, very personable, very experienced. We have a great relationship and we speak very, very frequently. I think it's probably important to say that he's going to be doing a different role to the role that Daniel did. So Daniel was executive chairman. So what that meant was Daniel was full-time and involved in the club on a day-to-day basis. Where Peter's role is that he will be non-executive chairman. And that means he won't be involved in the club on a full-time basis and he won't be involved in the club on a day-to-day basis. And his model is all around empowerment. He'll be empowering us on the ground to get on with things. But of course...
Did he empower his son in the Bahamas? Who empowered his son? Did y'all hear what happened with old Chester Nut, whatever his fucking name is? Cheddarington?
Chester? The lovely little bit of Chester. Hee hee.
He will be leading the board and will be a very important part of the club going forward.
And what about for you personally? What does your role entail now?
Well, I think it's fair to say it's been a very, very busy 3 months. There's not been much in the way of weekends, evenings. Actually, there's not been much in the way of sleep. So it's been a very busy start. But everybody's been really welcoming inside and outside the club. Very warm, very welcoming. So I feel really, really settled in. I'm enjoying it and I'm looking forward to the challenge ahead. But a really important thing to be clear on is this is not just about me and it's certainly not all about me. Everything that we achieve at the club will be part of a team. And I mean that. So naturally...
I just got to make a comment here, guys. You know, I'm actually covering it up with my camera placement here, so let me just move the camera off to the side. This hairline, my G, you have to give it up. You have got to give this fucking hairline up. I'm trying to listen to him talk. All right. Now, y'all know how easily distractible I am, but he's got this single little patch right here, this single little strip. Almost looks like a fucking porn star's little bush. You know, when they did the landing pad back in the 90s? The landing strip, not the pad. Bro, what is this little fucking thing on the fucking... And then they zoom into him. Look at this little fucking...
And I end up sitting here and doing an interview with you.
Camera.
But we've got 800 people at the club.
God damn it. Hang on. Fucking A. Move this fucking camera. Okay. Look at this fucking thing. Bro, give that up, dude. This is beyond Homer Simpson, dog. My G, you are bald. Just embrace it. Be the new fucking Levy.
Yeah, you have no hair, sweetie. Oh, baby.
Touch me. Fucking touch me.
See? Even that guy didn't try to go with this gimmick. I was at the grocery store yesterday, and I was walking behind a guy who literally looked like he just had a haircut on the fucking Homer strip that he had. And I'll be honest, like, anyone who's watched this channel knows I've had long hair, I've had short hair. But if I'm ever going balding and I'm allowing myself to go out in public with a button-up fucking shirt and some slacks on and doing an interview and my hairline look like this, you see as much shiny C as you do fucking cabbage, bro, someone call my wife and tell her to put the fries in the bag. This is ridiculous. Bro, that hair is pissing me off. That little strip. It's that little fucking strip. Can y'all see my mouse? Right here. Right there. That fucking little Nike swoosh.
In the media, and I end up sitting here and doing an interview with him.
What the hell was he saying? Really I wasn't listening. I was too busy. Just look at it, dog. How can y'all look at anything else?
A very, very busy 3 months. There's not been much in the way of weekends, evenings. Actually, there's not been much in the way of sleep. So it's been a very busy start. But everybody's been really welcoming inside and outside the club. Very warm, very welcoming. So I feel really, really settled in. I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to the challenge ahead. But a really important thing to
I can't lie. I have not listened to a word he said.
Very welcoming. So I feel really, really settled.
I'm trying to find the best angle to show you the fucking strip, dog.
Looking forward to the challenge ahead. But a really important...
Look at it, dog. It's not even centered. It's like off kilter. Is there no one in his life that is close enough to him that they can say, hey, buddy, hey, buddy, give it up. Give it up. What the fuck is this? Nah, bro. See, at least Levy shaved that whole fucking thing. Levy made sure that fucking thing. Bro, how do you got the same hairline as Stewie Griffin? He literally has that little Stewie Griffin in the back, but in the front. Bro got the Stewie Griffin in the front. One more time just so you can see the front of Stewie. Bro. Just cut it. Cut it off. Why the little strip? Joaquin, you took the words right out of my mouth, bro. Get him fucking out of here. Get the fuck out of here, dog, with that crusty hairline. You're embarrassing me. I'm embarrassed for him, for my club. This fucking guy.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Now get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
There's about 20 more seconds to get the fuck out of here, but I think you get the idea. Anyway, I put my camera back here to cover it up. So Arteta Era says this guy's worse than Levy. You were cooked. I mean, his hair's fucking pissing me off. I'll tell you that much.
Important thing to be clear on is this is not just about me, and it's certainly not all about me.
I'm at least covering it up for y'all. But you know what? The fact that I got to look at it like this, y'all do too now. I'm moving my camera over here. Y'all got to look at it too. Look at that fucking, oh my God.
Everything that we achieve at the club will be part of a team, and I mean that. So naturally, I guess as chief executive, my name ends up in the media and I end up sitting here and doing an interview with you. But we've got 800 people at the club, and we need everybody at the club pulling together to drive us forward. This is certainly not all.
Bro got that Spurs YouTuber hairline. I swear to God. Just give it up. Even Spurs YouTubers shave their shit bald because they know they're fucking bald. Like, give it up, Vinay.
About one person or a small group of people.
Yeah, the world of football moves so unbelievably quickly. Straight away, there was talk of a takeover.
Yes.
Can you just go into a little bit there about what the club stance is on that and what is the response to that talk so far?
Yeah, I've seen that very quickly, as you say, there's been a lot of newspaper articles and a lot of media speculation around takeover, so I can be really clear on this. So the Lewis family are really clear. They see their involvement in Tottenham Hotspur being long-term, and they see their involvement continuing through the generations. We made a statement very late last night, and the statement, I hope, was unambiguously clear that Tottenham Hotspur is not for sale.
The natural progression.
There you go. Tottenham Hotspur, not for sale, motherfuckers. What is for sale is all the goddamn real estate on this dude's fucking head. God is, I'm trying so hard to listen. I just can't, I'm just looking at it, bro, and I'm looking at the goddamn landing strip, and I'm fucking thinking air traffic control, brr, air traffic control. Uh-oh, I hear children in the hallway. Am I in trouble?
For fans, is that they will want to know, what does this mean in terms of investment into the team that will take to the field, both on the men's and on the women's side as well? How does this affect our ability to invest in those sides?
Sure, so I need to try and answer your question without leading to a whole load of transfer war chest stories tomorrow. Listen, I think it is very fair to say that we have firm backing from the Lewis family against our ambitions to be successful on the pitch, both on the men's side and women's side. They know that's going to require investment, and we have their firm backing. But I would also say, like all other 20 Premier League clubs, we also need to make sure that we're also cognizant and aware of the financial fair play.
Real quick, he said 20 other Premier League clubs. Buddy, I don't know if you know this. There's us and 19 more. So not 20 for being so, I'm Mr. Vinai, and I speak about Charlie, and I speak about, ooh, Winston. Ooh, tea and crumpet time. Lovely, jubbly. You could do all that pompous fucking posh sounding bullshit, but when you can't even count how many teams are in the league other than us, red flag. The red flags are fucking lining up. The red flags are all I'm saying is
rules, and that means we need to continue to grow our revenues. We need to continue to develop players, both from the...
This literally sounds like what Levy says to us. We got to continue growing revenues. And that's the first thing they say is continue to grow revenues. The first thing he says is grow revenues. The second thing is about player development so we can fucking sell them.
Academy, and that means the 20 Premier League clubs. We also need to make sure that we're also cognizant of successful on the pitch, both on the men's side and women's side. They know that's going to require investment, and we have their firm backing. But I would also say, like all other 20 Premier League clubs, we also need to make sure that we're...
Like all other 20 Premier League clubs. Me and my 3 guests. Oh wait, is it not 3 guests? It's only me.
See? You see how fucking stupid that sounds? Bro, first of all, there's 19 other Premier League clubs with your landing strip head ass. Motherfucker don't know how to count. He don't even know how to look in a mirror and shave that motherfucking strip on his fucking head, bro. Oh, God. I'm going to get pissed. Like, if I ever meet him, the first thing I'm going to say is, what compels you to allow yourself to go into the public world, let alone a fucking interview that millions of people are going to watch, and you've got a landing strip? What is that, a power strip? Goddamn. It's fuzzy, and it's all, like, straggly looking. Do you think he combs it when he combs his hair? Because you know he combs the sides and the back. Definitely not the top or the front. But do you think he combs that little strip when he does the rest of the combing? I'm sure the combing does not take very long. But that little strip, like, do you just leave it fucking mangled? Do you leave it like untamed, like goddamn wild bush over there with all the weeds growing off of it? You just say, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Or do you brush it? You try and keep that fucking straggly bush looking right. I don't know what you do in this situation. Any bald people in the house that just couldn't give it up, let me know.
Also cognizant and aware of the financial fair play rules. And that means we need to continue to grow our revenues. We need to continue to develop players, both from the academy and young players that we buy. We need to make sure that we're selling players at the right time.
Okay, so the first thing is got to keep the money up. Money, money, money. Second thing is develop players so we can make money, money, money. You know what? I'm not going to lie. With more hair, he literally sounds like that fucking Levy video I played at the beginning of the show.
All I would say to you is, until we make money, that's the only thing that fans ought to believe in. Do you know, I get lots of money. I'm the type of individual that I like money. I would be protected.
Money. I like money. The first thing this motherfucker says, money. Second thing is develop players for money. And then the third thing he says is selling players for money at the right time so we can get the most money. What the fuck with your straggly, dusty hair, weed whacking looking ass hairline?
And we also need to make sure that every time we're recruiting a player, we're making smart decisions, both from a sporting perspective and a financial perspective. If you don't do that, because of how the financial regulations work, you can find yourself in a position where you've got money to spend.
I don't like this guy. I'll be honest. This 7.5 minutes really pissed me off. And I'm gonna be honest. It does start with that motherfucking hair, but he talked just like Levy. Oh, I want to make money. I'm gonna make all my money, and we're trying to make money. And I haven't even mentioned the fucking performance on the fucking pitch or the glory or the trophies. It's money. I want to make the money, and I'm gonna find another way to sell players for the maximum money. When we recruit players, we want to get them young so that way we can sell them for money. That's about 12 things he's mentioned, and none of it has to fucking do with the motherfucking performances on the pitch. It all has to do with his crusty ass, uncentered, little fucking weed whacking hairline and money. Oh, I need some money. God damn, he's just a fucking Indian Levy.
But the regulations don't allow you to spend it. So I guess
like he talking about regulations and bullshit. Bro, we've all seen the graphs. We've all seen the graphs. We make the money, and we don't spend the money. And this guy's like, we need to make the money, but don't be worried, we're gonna make the money. I swear to God, we basically got Levy with a tan and a shitty hair plant job. This motherfucker talking about money, because literally Levy would always say we need to keep the revenue streams. Oh, we want to buy players, and sell them at their peak. And then we also want to develop players in our academy so then we can sell them, Money. We've got our money. You fuck.
That every time we're recruiting a player, we're making smart decisions, both from a sporting perspective and a financial perspective. If you don't do that, because of how the financial regulations work, you can find yourself in a position where you've got money to spend, but the regulations don't allow you to spend it. So I guess to summarise, absolutely there's financial backing against the ambition we have, and like every other club in the Premier League, we need to do that in line with the financial fair play rules.
Take me into this next period of time. What comes next?
Bro, he isn't. I don't like him.
Listen, I think, as I said at the start, it is business as usual in many ways. When I joined, I talked about wanting to do 3 things. The first is doing everything I could to support our excellent technical teams on the ground, both on the men's side and the women's side, to give us the best chance to be successful on the pitch. That continues to be a focus. I said my second focus was going to be around our people at the football club, making sure that we're doing everything we can to empower them to be at their best, to drive the club forward, and have the best people with the best culture to deliver against our ambitions. And the third one, our relationship with our supporters, make sure that they're right behind us, make sure that they understand what we're trying to do, communicate better with our supporters, and ultimately make them proud of what their football club is trying to do and what our football club over time will deliver.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Not gonna lie. Didn't really care about that. I felt like I wasted my time. I feel like I wasted your time with that. So I'm sorry. For those of you who just fucking went through that. Like, I feel angry. I wasn't even angry. This is more Levy stuff, Vinai stuff. I'm going to be honest. They all suck. But what doesn't suck is Christian Romero, his redemption arc. Never forget when Christian Romero said, the truth is, I would say no comment, but Man City competes every year. You see how Liverpool strengthens its squad. Chelsea strengthens its squad. If one doesn't do well, they strengthen again. And now seeing the results, those are things to imitate. The last few years, it's always the same people responsible at Tottenham. Levy, soon to be Vinai. Hopefully they, the Tottenham hierarchy, realize who the true responsible ones are, and we move forward, because it's a beautiful club that, with the structure it has, could easily be competing for the title every year. And Kuti said everything that the fans want to say and feel, and he said that, and everyone's like, uh-oh, they're gonna fucking sell him. But guess what? He won. He fucking won. Don't worry, guys. We've got our own little money-making Levy. Because allegedly, per fucking last word on Spurs, Daniel Levy, his son Josh, will remain as the co-chief executive of money. So that's nice. You could get rid of the man, but you can never get rid of the idea. You can try to cut the head off of the snake, but guess what? 2 more will appear. And there we are. I'll be honest, I don't like it. I don't like any of it. But what I do like is y'all who are here in the chat as we did this live. And if you comment down below after the video is posted, we'll like you then too as well. But that's going to do it for me. I'm going to send you guys on over to American Waffle, where I'm going to ask my wife for permission to go join that show. And we'll find out if I do. But before you go, make sure you hit a like, subscribe on the video. I've got some new clips and stuff, but I haven't actually uploaded them to StreamYard because I haven't been on StreamYard in a while. But I've got some new videos and stuff. We'll get those going on the next one, the next time. So, you know, if you're a fan of the clips like I am, just keep it locked here and I'll keep you fed. You know what I mean? Whenever we do go live. Hopefully you weren't fucking waiting to eat the entire fucking week that I was gone. But guess what? I also, side note, I watched a documentary on Netflix about Hurricane Katrina, and I didn't realize just how fucking awful the American government treated the people of New Orleans in the days preceding, during, and after Hurricane Katrina. I was in high school when Hurricane Katrina happened. I might be dating myself here a little bit, but I remember we had an influx of people from New Orleans into our high school, and then I got jumped into a gang. That's a story for another stream. But anyway, I remember being like, man, they're like angry about the Katrina thing. Like they don't want to joke about it. You know me, I always crack a bad joke at the wrong time. But I remember being like, why are they so angry about it? They made it out, the Katrina. But it turns out it was really fucking awful how they were treated the days after, especially. Anyway, I digress. But, you know, shout out the survivors of Katrina, man. Fuck, I didn't even realize they had it that bad. But like these streams and the U.S. government, hopefully we don't let you down. We might do. We might. We absolutely might. In the case of the American government, they absolutely will. But in the case of me, There you go. I think you're repping my country with that flag in the back. It's a Greek flag. I ain't repping your country unless you Greece. All right? You own a county? I don't own shit. I barely own the damn cup I'm drinking out of. Everything's rented and layaway these days. Anyway, I digress. Look, y'all. I can't wait for Tottenham Hotspur football to be back. I'm so sick and tired of this goddamn international break. And no, I do not own a country, Shoshi, much to my chagrin. I do not own a country. But you know what else? I will leave you with this thought. The clip that I'm going to play is basically me and the American government at the same time. But as always, folks, stay blessed, stay fresh up the lads. Be kind to yourself and be kind to someone else today. And come on, you Spurs. And Vinai, I'm fucking on to you. You seem like a fraud. You seem like a fucking landing strip Levy. I don't know. We'll find out. But take care, folks. Have a great rest of your day. Live, laugh, love. You take my breath away.